She walks into your life with a smile so gentle it quiets your storms. Her presence calms you, her words soothe you, and her spirit seems to call out to yours in a way you can't explain. You start to wonder, could this be her? Could this be the one God has sent for me? But then comes the doubt. You've been wrong before. You've trusted what looked divine but turned out to be deception. So now you're cautious, yet still hopeful, because deep inside you believe God would not create you for loneliness. He would not teach you love only to let you die without it. You just need to know, how do you truly know when she's sent by God? King Solomon, the wisest man to ever walk the earth, didn't just ask God for riches or power. He asked for wisdom to discern, to lead, to judge rightly, and nowhere did he need that wisdom more than when it came to love. Solomon had wealth beyond measure and women from every nation, yet in the end, he discovered what truly mattered. A woman who fears the Lord, a woman of virtue, a woman sent by God. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." But notice, it doesn't say he who chases every woman, it says finds. That means you must seek, but with wisdom, with discernment, with God's guidance. Because not every beautiful face is a blessing, and not every relationship that feels good is godly. You listening to this right now may have been through heartache. Maybe you gave your love to someone who only saw you as a convenience. Maybe you opened your soul to someone who wasn't ready to hold it. And now, with wounds you can't fully explain, you find yourself searching for something real, something from God. You don't want just chemistry, you want purpose, you want peace, you want love that's anchored in heaven, not just emotion. So how do you know if she is the one sent by God? Start with this. God will never send confusion wrapped in beauty. Proverbs 3:15 says of wisdom, "She is more precious than rubies, nothing you desire can compare with her." That's how you'll recognize her. Not by what she wears, not by how perfectly she fits your checklist, but by how she brings peace into your spirit. Because a woman sent by God is a wise woman, and as Proverbs 14:1 tells us, "The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands the foolish one tears hers down." A woman sent by God builds. She doesn't destroy your self-worth. She doesn't manipulate your heart. She doesn't play with your time. She's not perfect, but she's consistent. She loves with intention. She honors your calling. She strengthens your walk with God. She doesn't pull you away from Him. She pushes you closer. When God sends a woman, she aligns with your purpose. That's key, because when God formed Eve, He didn't create her randomly. He made her as a helper fit for Adam's purpose, not his entertainment, not his distraction, his partner. So ask yourself, does she nurture your calling, or does she compete with it? You'll also know her by her fruit. In Matthew 7:16, Jesus says, "You will know them by their fruits." That applies to relationships too. A woman sent by God produces the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, faithfulness, self-control. If all you're getting is stress, jealousy, lies, and inconsistency, then no matter how beautiful she is, no matter how intense the chemistry feels, she's not sent by God. Let's talk about timing. Sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time, but when she's sent by God, there's grace in the timing. There's alignment. She doesn't force her way in, she flows. God is not the author of confusion, 1 Corinthians 14:33. So if everything about her causes chaos deep down, you already know this might not be it. But if she comes into your life and you find yourself becoming more disciplined, more focused, more prayerful, then you're not just falling in love, you're rising in purpose. A woman sent by God is not afraid of sacrifice. She understands commitment. She honors covenant. Solomon writes in Proverbs 31:11, "The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain." Trust, that's what you'll feel. not because she says all the right things, but because her actions line up. You'll know you're safe with her, not just emotionally, but spiritually. You won't have to hide your wounds or pretend to be someone else. She'll love the real you and call out the best in you. But here's the part many miss. Before you can recognize the woman sent by God, you have to become the man who can receive her. This isn't just about her character. It's about yours. Are you aligned with God? Are you ready for the kind of love that requires sacrifice, responsibility, and vision? Because God won't send his daughter to a man who still thinks like a boy. If you're not prepared to lead with wisdom, you won't see her when she arrives. You'll confuse her for someone ordinary, or worse, you'll mishandle the blessing. Solomon teaches us something profound. Love without wisdom is dangerous. He loved many women, but many of them led his heart astray. The Bible says in 1 Kings 11:4, "For when Solomon was old, his wives turned away his heart after other gods." Don't miss this. Solomon, the wisest man, still fell when he let love blind him to God's truth. That's why discernment is not optional. It's essential. So if you're wondering how to know she's sent by God, here's what you need to do. 1. Check the fruit, not just the feeling. Love isn't a rush, it's a rhythm. Pay attention to what grows when she's around. Do you become more patient, more loving, more disciplined? 2. Pray, then listen. God speaks, but many times we're so busy chasing emotions that we don't hear him. Ask him sincerely, "Lord, if she's not from you, remove her in peace," and mean it. God won't withhold what's for you, but he will protect you from what's not. 3. Watch how she handles pressure. Anyone can smile in good times. But does she speak life when things get tough? Does she encourage or complain? Does she stay or disappear? A woman sent by God is strong, not because she's loud, but because she knows when to be still and when to fight. 4th, study her relationship with God. Does she only talk about God, or does she walk with him? A woman who truly knows God reflects him. She forgives easily. She loves deeply. She gives without pride. Proverbs 31:30 says, "And charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." That fear, not of punishment but reverence, is her foundation. 5. She brings peace, not pressure. You won't feel anxious about where you stand. She'll communicate with clarity. She won't ghost you. She won't manipulate you with silence. She's emotionally mature, and she expects you to be too. And remember this, God is never in a rush. If it's his will, it won't fall apart because of time. So don't rush into a decision just because you're tired of being lonely. God sees you. He knows your desire, but he also knows what and who you're ready for. If you've been hurt before, I get it. You're afraid to hope again. But healing begins with honesty. Admit the pain. Give it to God. Ask him to heal you so that you don't bleed on the next blessing. Because sometimes she is sent by God, but you can't see her through the lens of past wounds. Solomon's wisdom wasn't just about judging between good and evil. It was about discerning what was God's best in every area. And in love, that means not settling for someone who looks good, but waiting for someone who is good, for your soul, your purpose, your eternity. So if she's in your life right now and you're wondering, watch the signs. Pray with your eyes open. Look at the fruit. Test the peace. Ask yourself, does this love draw me closer to who God created me to be? Because when God sends her, your soul will recognize the difference. You won't feel like you're drowning. You'll feel like you're home. And if she hasn't come yet, don't panic. She's not late. She's being prepared just as you are. And when the time is right, your paths will cross, not by accident, but by divine appointment. Until then, become the man who knows how to cherish a daughter of God. Walk in wisdom, love in truth, and wait, not for a perfect woman, but for a purposeful one. Because love from God isn't found, it's revealed. And when He reveals her, you won't have to chase. You'll just know.